Welcome to Q&A with Pastor Stephen Bolaji. Now, I want to answer a question. Very funny though. It says, is a believer a sinner? All right. Now, this is really something that we need to really clear. Now, I want you to first of all see scriptures. Now, in Romans chapter 5, verse 8, look at what the Bible says. Romans 5:8, ESV version now. But God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. I want you to just pay attention to the tenses here and to the state here. It says, while we are still sinners, Christ died for us. That means while we are still sinners, right? Now, verse 9 says, since therefore we have now been justified by his blood, much more shall we be saved by him from the wrath of God. Listen, he says, while we were yet sinners, that is, when we were in sin, when we do not know God, Christ died for us. He's writing to those that have known God now. That is why verse 9 now says, but now being justified, meaning we are no longer in the first state, we are now in a new state. We are in a state that is, according to that verse, it says justified. A place called justified. Now you discover that we are now justified. That is where we are now. But there was a place we were, while we were. It's like when I say, while you were in secondary school, while you were in primary school. But right now, maybe you are in the university, or you are not, or you are even working. But I'm referencing while you were in secondary school, you do this, you do that, but now you are here. You understand that now? So you discover that a believer is not a sinner, he is a justified person. You see, that is the state we are in, and that is why you will notice that this is not really about his character first, but it's about his state of belief. Now that is why John 3 verse 16, it says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Verse 17 now says, whosoever do not believe, 17:18 says, whosoever do not believe is condemned already. You see, but he that believe has escaped condemnation. That is to say, a believer is one that is in justification. He has moved from condemnation. It's a state we are in. And Paul was writing, talking about that Christ was made sin in 2 Corinthians 5:21. He was made our sin. That is, he became a sinner, so to speak, so that you and I can become the righteousness of God in him. Isn't that glorious? So, dear believer, you are not a sinner. You are a saint. That is what the Bible referenced and called you. And if you have more questions, you can send it in the comment section. Bless you.